Are you curious how the latest jobs report is going to affect the housing market here in San Diego? Hi, I'm Nick with the Iannitti Realty Group. We just got a new unemployment report here, jobs report on May 8th. And I just wanted to dive in, break down some of the broader strokes of it, and talk about how it may relate to what's going on in our local housing market. So let's hop in here really quick. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know we've been talking a lot about what the recovery is going to look like here, and whether it's going to be a V shape or a U shape. But really, the white elephant in the room is obviously this jobs number and all the unemployment. So what's the deal with all the job loss? Well, basically, we did get a new jobs report on May 8th. The unemployment number came out at 14.7%, which is high. We have not seen a number like that in a very long time. But a couple of key takeaways. Number one, 85% of people are still working. That's great news. Also, there's about 16,650 economists in the United States. All of them were projecting unemployment between 15 to 20%, maybe as high as 25%. So this 14.7 number is actually better than expected. And then also they interviewed all the people who were receiving these benefits. 90% of them basically said that they felt their job loss was going to be temporary, which is good news. When we look at the filings by week, obviously March 28th with the 6.9 number was the worst. But I think what we want to take away from this bar graph is the overall downward trajectory, right? These unemployment numbers were going in the right direction. And what we really need to look at is, how quickly jobs and what types of jobs are going to be coming back. Realize there's a couple of things we have to deal with, right? The business science of how economies actually recover. There may be some small businesses that won't be able to reopen. We have to deal with the health science, which is, how's the vaccine coming? Is the virus mutating? All these other things on the health front. But then the biggest thing, too, that a lot of people are not talking about when it comes to an overall recovery and getting back to normal is the social science, right? There's lots of people out there, a lot of pent up demand. There's going to be people that are going to rush right out to to the restaurant and things like that. However, there's also going to be a significant portion of the population who are going to have a more metered response to this. They're not going to run right out to the movie theater. They're not going to run right out to a crowded restaurant. So everyone's going to respond to this a little bit differently. So we're just going to have to see what that looks like. Okay. When we break down the job numbers by category, I thought this was very interesting. Servers and bartenders make up 37% of the unemployment right now. Okay. Retail and temporary services are both at 10%, both in double digits. Everything else is in single digits. Okay. So these jobs, the server bartender jobs, depending on how they come back, it's going to be different, obviously. Retail should be able to come back, though, relatively easily. If you're able to go to a Target or a Walmart right now, there's no reason why you can't go to a boutique or any other shoe store or anything like that. Temporary services, most likely we'll see those come back. Doctors' offices, this is doctors and dentists. People still have health needs. They still need to get their teeth cleaned. So those jobs are obviously coming back. Arts and entertainment, we'll have to see what people's pent up demand is like for new events. But I'm sure there will be people who want to go to events. Manufacturing is going to come back. That's a very easy, doable thing to do. Childcare, realize as people start to come back to work, they're going to need childcare. So that's coming back. Construction, if you've watched any of my other videos, I've been harping on our low inventory. We only built half of the new homes in the last decade that we normally have in the past 6 decades. So I think construction and the housing market is going to be poised to help lead the recovery. We're going to lead back up to economic growth. Government jobs pretty stable. Hotels, I just named this hotels in the report. It's actually called accommodations. It's hotels, motels. It's a multitude of a couple of other things. But anyway, we'll have to see what those jobs look like coming back. That's going to be a little bit different. I don't, again, back to this attitude of, there may not be a whole lot of people that want to jump on a cruise ship right away. But I have heard too that, God, 15% unemployment, that's like, depression era. Are we in another depression? We're not in another depression, okay? If you look at this yellow line, that's the Great Recession, '06 to 2016, brought on by the '08 housing crash. If you look at this white line, that is the actual depression. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, they're both projecting we're going to feel the impacts of this shutdown here for about maybe 2 years. That's nothing like the 12 years of the depression, okay? So we need to really kind of keep that in perspective. As far as how these numbers are actually affecting the housing market, so far they have not. Our housing volume is down by about 30%, but our prices are still appreciating. Our San Diego median home price here in the county was up 4% from April last year, and we still only have 1.8 months worth of inventory. So far, we have not seen prices softening. We're still seeing things selling in as little as 8 days with multiple offers. So anyway, if you have more questions about this report, if you have questions about, what is your home's value, if you have 15 minutes, then I would love to hop on a call with you, a Zoom call, and I can tell you exactly what's going on in your neighborhood with your house and how you can achieve your goals. So thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, who you choose to negotiate for you absolutely matters. And now more than ever, stay safe.